All of our videos here are brought to you by the Landscape Certified Contractors Association. Due to the membership support, we're able to bring these videos to you each and every week. If you'd like to be part of our organization and help us bring these videos to you, make sure you visit www.irrigatortech.com and have a great day.
What's the first thing we want to do with the chipper? Well, we can put the wheel chocks on the truck. We got that all set up. We got our outriggers down. This is a 75 footer. My boss is like a equipment junkie. We get one of these. It seems like lately we've been getting one of these a week. But anyway, we want to inspect the chipper. Now it looks new and everything like that, but there was a checklist there, all right? And in your owner's manual right here, remember, nobody knows more than what their experience is. So you walk up to a brand new chipper, what's the first thing you got to do? You got to read the instructions. Let's not be proud and say, oh, I've run several different kinds of chippers, I know. Okay? That's the guy that's probably going to have a problem. Okay? Let's take the time to do the little bit of training that it takes. We read the instructions, we go around, we do the checklist. Basically, we're going to check the fluids on the engine. We're going to make sure all engines need to be, checked with what they have. Fuel, oil, hydraulics, all that. Make sure all the guards are in place, okay? Something happened to this thing, a couple of bolts wiggled out, there's not a guard on here, okay? Not only is OSHA going to come by and give you the fine of your life and your company the fine of your life and you'll be looking for another job, but if you get something caught in this belt, you're going to be hurt. Okay? Everything needs to be in place. All right? If the stickers start wearing out, okay, you call the manufacturer. You call your general foreman. You call your supervisor. Say, hey, we need some new stickers. Get the new stickers out of here, okay? Make sure that all the safety features are in place, okay? Don't change the safety features, okay? I know the gal that takes my blood every week because I have a blood clot in my leg, tells me one day, my husband, he's been a framer for 30 years. Of course, he had the guard on his circular saw pinned up, like we all do, right? The man lost his thumb. I mean, do not modify any safety feature on any equipment. Not only is it a huge fine, but you will get hurt, okay? The safety features are there for a reason. Okay, they're there to protect you. Okay, so here's the deal. We got brush over here and we got traffic coming up the street. And now I'm thinking that I'm going to feed from the side over here. I'm not going to feed from the back. Right?
No.
I'm not going to do that. So I'm feeding from the side, but I don't want to hassle it. And I've got my back to traffic. Okay, never turn your back on traffic. Always work on the curb side. Now, granted, if you're out in a field or you're out in a situation where there isn't oncoming traffic, that could be possible. Okay, you can feed from that side. But if there's traffic involved, we're working on the curb side. Sometimes you have to be, and you have a permit or you have your traffic controls set up in a way that you're allowed to park on the opposite side, then you would switch. If I'm going against traffic, then the curb side would be on the opposite side so that I could be comfortable and feed the way I want to feed. Right? But over here is where the deal is going. I want you guys to come up here and take a look. This is a feeder roll right here. Okay? These curtains right here is a safety feature. Okay? So, as a safety manager, if a couple of these are gone, am I going to keep the chipper from rolling out of the yard?
Yeah.
No, not really. Am I going to order it and replace it? Or am I going to cut the rest of them off? No. So it looks like that's the way it was supposed to be. Some come with, some come without. But the thing is this, is as the manufacturer presents their design to the government controls appliances. This is nothing more than a blender, okay? A blender comes with a cap on it, right? So that when you turn it on, the ice cube doesn't pop out and knock you out, all right? Whatever comes with the chipper, you maintain it that way, okay? Now, if I'm noticing that the clutch, for instance, is making a lot of sound, and I'm having a little trouble and it's falling out and the clutch is falling out and I get a report from the guys, I say, you know what? We're going to red tag that chipper. May not red tag it for one of these little rubber things being gone, one little section here, but I will red tag it for that. Okay? The thing is to always notify your supervisor and your GF, your general foreman, of what's going on with your equipment. There's another safety feature on the newer ones down here, that if I'm actually over here, this little bump bar is going to shut it down. Okay? More and more safety features are coming along. But we all know, because I want to save time and just because of the nature of who I am as a worker, because I want to get it done fast, that I'll figure out a way to jack with that. You do not want to mess in our industry with anything that comes that's going to protect you, okay? Please don't. All right? Let's take a walk around. Obviously, we've got some traffic control set up here. We usually carry 10 cones on our truck and 2 traffic control signs. If we have to, bring a signboard or someone along to do the flagger, we check the air filter, we check the intake over here at the radiator. This will get full of debris and it'll warm it up. Okay, so we got to do the maintenance on this, clean this thing off, and blow it out. Here's our hitch or spindle hitch. Does anybody know why we cross the chains?
Just in case it falls, it doesn't hit the ground.
Exactly. That is exactly it. So you got to imagine, and here's what's kind of interesting about this crossing the chain thing. You got to imagine, do I have enough slack so I can make my turn so it's not going to bind? But do I have enough tautness in crossing these chains so that if it comes unhitched and it settles down, that these chains are going to keep it from digging in? And I'm not kidding you. I've seen video where this trailer pops down and boom, flips over. Okay, is that going to land on a car? All right. I don't know, but I'm telling you, when we're tree trimmers, if you can imagine it, it can happen. I'm telling you, it's just like 1,000 ways to die, like I tell you. And sometimes I get a little humorous about it, but guess what? I'm here not to just save my company grief and a fatality and a disabling injury, but you guys too, okay? We can do this. We can do this. We can have a career in a dangerous, dangerous job, all right? How do we do it? By training, experience, helping each other, giving each other the gift of safety. Hey, you're not wearing your safety glasses. Okay, how would you like to go through life with one eyeball? Here, let's get, okay, so there's a pair. We don't have a new pair. Here's the old pair. They're scratched up. Either that or let's go do something else. Something, okay? I just gave you your eyeball. How much is that worth to you?
A lot.
A lot. Besides, probably you're not going to get a girlfriend with one eye. Now you're going to go through your entire life not only kind of going like that, but you're going to be lonely. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we always check the lights. When we're tree trimmers experts. When we're in this truck, what are we? We're professional drivers. And don't even think for 1 second that your passenger or your helper is not responsible. He is the second pair of eyes. He is telling you if it's clear on the right side. He is getting out of the truck and spotting. Okay, just yesterday afternoon at our yard, 4 supervisors standing there. Guys roll into the yard, they're backing it up into their space. The foreman does not get out of the truck. The driver does not tell him to get out of the truck. And what did we do? We gave him the gift of safety. We said, hey, how do you know you're not going to run over a kid? Okay, well, we're in the yard. I go, no way. I didn't even have to do it. The general foreman said, hey, I got to write these guys up. Okay, you think they're going to be using the spotter from now on?
Oh, yeah.
If they're doing it there in the yard, what else is going on? Okay? So always make sure the lights, okay? Can't go out of the yard without lights. All right, that is something I would ground the truck. Okay, get the mechanics over here. Let's figure out what's going on with the lights. We have to have lights. Okay, got to check your lights every day. Those connections, okay? If it's got electric brakes to it, make sure that's rolling, okay? So let's see here. What else we got on the truck? Okay, we got wheel chocks. Okay, we got mud flaps. This is what comes on the truck. This is what we need to be doing to check the truck. Sure, this is a new truck. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Guess what? we got 100 trucks. Some of them don't look this good, okay? Some of them are missing a wheel chock, all right? One thing to remember, the chipper, when you take the chipper off of the truck, it needs wheel chocks. And it needs wheel chocks by law, even if it's on level ground. Okay, one in front, one in the back. Okay, wheel chocks are easy to install if it's level ground. One goes in the front and the back on opposite sides or on the same side. Okay, and we did have, these are rubber ones, these are solid. Nope, they're not. We had some that were a little bit less expensive than these. These came with the truck. We're in Arizona. It's freaking hot, right? Guy reports. My boss probably doesn't appreciate me telling on us. But the guy reports, hey, the emergency brake isn't working so good. It's kind of working intermittently because it's a mechanical hydraulic one. It's kind of an oddball, right? Okay, we got it scheduled. What does the GF say? No problem. Just don't park on a hill. What do the guys do?
Park on the hill.
Park on a hill. It's 1,000,000 degrees. It pushes one of the rubber wheel chocks about 20 feet. It rolls over the other one. The gusset's broken. Rolls down the street, across someone's driveway, knocks over the saguaro cactus that's about 30 feet tall, falls on a truck, smashes the bed of the little truck, drives in through this front yard. The lady's yelling, my house, drives past her house, crosses the street, crosses a medium, knocks down a tree, crosses another street, goes into another yard and comes to rest. And check this out, a utility pole right here and a guy wire. I could not drive this truck through there with a spotter. But the guy wire coming down, if you can imagine it, it can happen. Okay, that's what safety's all about, okay? It's not about holding up work. It's about being able to do more work. How long did it take us to fix that? And untangle all that mess? And the cost and the... What would have been better? Park the truck.
Take a
Park the
break.
truck. You know? And what did we do in Arizona because it gets hot? We went to steel. We went to steel wheel chocks. And we did more training. And we make sure that if there's a problem with the brake, that we fix it. So we're walking around the truck. Fire tools, very important. All of California in the drought is now considered a high fire hazard area. Okay, it's not just the mountains. Okay, if you're going to be doing tree work, one fire tool per person. Okay, that's basically, I called the CAL FIRE guy last year and I said, well, what's appropriate? I get this agency telling me this and this agency telling me that. Basically, they want one tool per person. The tools are round nose shovel, 48-inch handle, a Polanski. Okay, that's an Axe-Maddox. That's the Maddox end, that's the Axe end. And this is a McLeod. Okay? Because if you start a little fire, please never remove your spark arrestor from your chainsaw. That is such a huge freaking thing right now. They're going to walk up to you, they're going to take the cover off your chainsaw, they're going to take that little metal cover off, 2 screws, and they're going to see if there's a screen in there. And that's your spark arrestor. And if your spark arrestor has a little hole in it, then you haven't maintenanced it because pieces of metal of that screen are now flying off that are white hot and falling. Do not modify. Yeah, you're going to get a little more performance out of your saw. You and I both know it. I'm going to pin up the guard on my circular saw. I'm modifying stuff. I'm not taking care of stuff. All right? All of a sudden I'm starting a fire. But if you do, for some reason, start a fire, you're obligated to try and fight it until what point? Does anybody know? Too big is a good answer, actually. We're going to go eat. 1 minute after, what did I say? I get grumpy. When the fire is head high, it's time to go, right? I can't do that anymore with the tools I got. Air pressure, fluid, fire extinguisher inside. Cal OSHA will knock you for water. You got to have 1 quart per hour per person. That's enough for an 8-hour shift, no, a 10-hour shift for 2 guys. Okay? That's 2.5 gallons for 1 guy. It's a quart every hour. Okay? You don't have clean cups, we got dinged for it. Clean paper cups. Keep rolling around. God, it's a beautiful truck. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just freaking, you know. So we're walking around. What a beauty. here's our extinguisher to fight fire with. It's a 5-gallon water pump. There's our additional fire extinguisher. The one in the cab is for the engine or for whatever you need to fight fire with. One back here, and we're also now required to have one for the separate for that. This is a CAL FIRE requirement with the fire tools. We're looking around, we gotta make sure. Some of the old trucks will have like these bays back here where you put the traffic control stuff. Don't put trash in there so stuff wiggles out and goes down the road, bopping down the road and hitting somebody in the windshield. Okay? Make sure that everything is secure on your truck. There's nothing hanging off of it or they can bounce out. That's a little bay for a wheel chock. And there you go. Any questions about our beautiful truck? Let's give Jim Phillips a hand for rolling out this morning. As soon as we give him a sandwich, he can roll.
Again?
Take the rest of the day off of pay.
I think I'll do that.
All right, let's head upstairs. And any questions? That is a 75-footer. There's an elevator right there. It pops up basically 15 feet. It's a beautiful truck.